Yet another accuser has come forward with allegations against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. GOP operatives differ on how best to combat Democrat attacks of racism, plus Joe Biden is setting the wrong kind of record at the southern border. All that and more. I'm Bobby Eberle. This is a 13-minute news hour.
And God bless the United States of America.
All right, friends, welcome to the show. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. If you're new to the show, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to start with Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, because not one, not two, but now 5 women have come forward with allegations of inappropriate behavior on the governor. 5 women. It's just amazing what's going on, and that's on top of the COVID nursing home cover-up. So let's start there. Remember back in the summer, Cuomo was holding these daily press conferences. He was being praised all around. During the Democrat primary, people were talking about, oh man, we don't really like Joe Biden. We don't like Bernie Sanders. What if we nominate Andrew Cuomo? That was the talk. Dr. Fauci, he was heaping all kinds of praise on Cuomo. New York has been hit particularly hard, and they've suffered greatly. They've responded, I think, in an extraordinarily powerful way, Fauci told Vanity Fair in March. The statement was a prelude to the lauding Cuomo received from the media and Hollywood, as well as a continued trend of accolades from the nation's top infectious disease expert. New York got hit worse than any place in the world, and they did it correctly by doing the things that you're talking about, Fauci said in July, catapulting New York as America's gold standard on how to handle the virus. So now Fauci and others aren't speaking so much about Cuomo. You don't hear that too much as the word of this cover-up gets out and information we learn that thousands of nursing home deaths were purposely not reported. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and his top lieutenants cited a report altered by his top aides to paint a false narrative of his handling of COVID-19 outbreak in nursing homes in comparison to other states. The New York State Department of Health knew that nearly 10,000 nursing home residents had died of COVID-19 by early July, according to reports from the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. Despite this, top Cuomo aides convinced the health department to report just 6,432 nursing home deaths in a July 6 report that claimed the Cuomo administration's infamous March 25th order did not lead to more fatalities. So, we know the report was altered. That was just a fact. And we also know that states don't report these nursing home deaths like Cuomo tried to do. And here's more. The July 6 report used the reduced figure, which omitted nursing home residents who died of the virus at a hospital, to conclude that only 21% of New York COVID-19 deaths were in nursing homes. The figure was repeatedly cited by Cuomo, all while he was claiming to be a servant only to the facts. No other state that reports nursing home COVID-19 deaths omits residents who died in hospitals from their reporting. But Cuomo and other New York officials still use the 21% figure to claim New York was handling the situation better than 45 other states. So that's the nursing home scandal. Then you've got this growing list of women claiming that New York Governor Andrew Cuomo was inappropriate. Charlotte Bennett sat down with CBS News for an in-depth report, and here's part of what she said.
Without explicitly saying it, he implied to me that I was old enough for him and he was lonely.
25-year-old Charlotte Bennett was an executive assistant to Cuomo. In June, she says Cuomo asked her a series of intimate questions, including whether she had ever been with an older man.
I thought, he's trying to sleep with me. The governor's trying to sleep with me. And I'm deeply uncomfortable.
So that's Charlotte Bennett. Then you have former Cuomo aide Lindsey Boylan. She's speaking out too.
Another former aide, Lindsey Boylan, says the governor made inappropriate remarks during her tenure and gave her an unwanted kiss. Today in Harper's Bazaar, Boylan says, I just want the abuse to stop. I'm really not focused on punishment. I am focused on accountability.
So that's 2. Then there were 3. Then 4. Now a 5th woman has come forward. And here's a report from the Daily Caller. A 5th woman has come forward with sexual misconduct allegations against Democrat New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Liss, one of Cuomo's former aides, detailed the allegations to the Wall Street Journal in an article published Saturday evening. Liss accused the governor of calling her sweetheart, touching her lower back during an event, kissing her hand once when she got up from her desk, and inquiring about her relationship status, according to the Wall Street Journal. It's not appropriate, really, in any setting, Liss told the Wall Street Journal, adding she ended up feeling just like a skirt. So that's Andrew Cuomo. That's what's going on there. It's worse and worse and worse. Keeps getting worse. He's digging a hole. He won't resign, but he's having these press conferences. And after every press conference, it seems like someone else steps forward. So we'll see what happens with Andrew Cuomo. Next, let's talk about the Democrats and their attacks against conservatives and the best way to fight back. But first, if you're new to the show or haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And when you do, please hit that bell so you'll be notified. We're making our push for 150,000 subscribers, and we can do it with your help. All right, there is an ongoing attack. It's like the go-to attack by Democrats, media, those on the left. It's to accuse Republicans and conservatives of racism, of being a racist. So how do you combat that? Do you stay silent or do you fight back? There are opinions on both sides. It's a very interesting discussion, and here's the story. Congressional Republicans have a plan for Democrats' repeated claim that white supremacists infest the Republican Party. Silence. Challenging accusations of racism and white supremacism is pointless because it won't stop the name-calling, Republican lawmakers say, but sooner or later, the Democrats will go too far. At some point, they so overstate their case, it doesn't matter anymore. The more you watch, the more you realize that everybody but Democrats are white supremacists to these people, said Representative Andy Biggs, Arizona Republican. So, Biggs makes a great point there, but is that the right direction? The article goes on to say, maybe not so fast. And here's more. Republican political strategists warn that Mr. Biggs and his colleagues are making a huge mistake. Pushing back against accusations of racism is a stronger play, said Ford O'Connell, a Republican Party strategist. He said Republican lawmakers fear that sticking their necks out and speaking up will get them branded as white supremacists and drummed out of Congress like Steve King of Iowa. It's a reasonable fear, Mr. O'Connell said, but I don't think they understand how Democrats move the goalposts in this arbitrary narrative of white supremacy. Eventually, they're going to have to confront the white supremacy allegations head on, because if you allow Democrats to go on and on, the public will continue to believe it. So, what's the right approach? I mean, we could cover this on a Saturday live stream and get an expanded discussion, and maybe I'll do that. But in brief, it's a combination. You have to fight back. You cannot let the opponent control the narrative. You have to fight back, but you have to call them out on the nonsense. First of all, we know that BLM and Antifa were going crazy over the summer. So if you want to denounce hatred and violence and they bring up white supremacy, denounce it all. Make sure you always bring up BLM and Antifa, the ones that are actually doing the real violence. And then as they go on and on, you always need to point out the idiocy of what's going on so that people will stop believing the Democrats' claims and just think it's part of political gamesmanship. Like Haley McEnany pointed out when she said that President Trump denounced white supremacy dozens and dozens of times. So when the Democrats ask it again, it loses its effectiveness. And if you're asked about this white supremacist stuff and racism stuff, just point out the fact that Democrats are now accusing Dr. Seuss of racism. They are claiming in studies that a 3-month-old can be racist. So how do you believe them when they say that this Republican senator or representative is racist when they're going on and attacking Dr. Seuss and saying 3-month-old can be racist? It's a combined approach. That's what needs to be done, but always take the attack to the Democrats. All right, next, let's talk about what's going on at the southern border, because Joe Biden is setting records that should not be set. He's breaking records that should not be broken. And here's the story. The Biden administration shattered a record for unaccompanied migrant children being moved to shelters in February. The Department of Health and Human Services placed more than 7,000 unaccompanied minors in shelters in February, eclipsed a previous high of 5,019 in February 2019, according to a report from CBS. HHS officials report placing more than 7,000 unaccompanied alien children into their facilities in February, according to information published by CBS News. The number represents an increase from January's housing of 4,000 minors, which was already up 19% from December. So we had a number in December. It went up to 4,000 in January, 7,000 in February. It's all Joe Biden's doing. Details move after move after move. He has put out the welcome mat saying, come on, come all. We have open borders. We don't care about security. Now, former Border Patrol Chief Ron Vitiello, he was on Fox News, and he was talking about what's really going on at the southern border.
These people are going to come because we told them that we're going to go soft on immigration enforcement in the interior. We're going to go soft at the border. And so they're going to come in large numbers, and they've been coming thousands per day. And the Border Patrol and the folks in CBP, unfortunately, have to pick up the pieces here because there wasn't sufficient space in HHS shelters. There isn't sufficient space in Border Patrol stations.
This is absolutely unreal, folks. Facilities are getting overwhelmed. Personnel are getting overwhelmed. And it's exactly what Joe Biden, the Democrats, and the left want. The policies that Joe Biden has put in place from day one go against border security. He ordered a halt to the border wall construction. He said, we're not going to deport people for 100 days. He said the Remain in Mexico policy for those applying for asylum, we're going to end that. We're just going to let them into the country where they then disappear. This is what Joe Biden is doing. It is a record, a list of policies that encourage people to come. And now our facilities are getting overwhelmed. He has to put kids in cages, and the media aren't even reporting that. This is bad news. It does not make America safer at all. All it does is invite others to come in, like drug dealers and smugglers and human traffickers. All these people that can now more easily get into the country because of these policies. All right, so next, let's talk about Barack Obama, because a new book has come out, and it doesn't paint a favorable light about what Obama thought of his vice president, Joe Biden, when people were starting to run for president during this last term. In fact, it looks like Obama's favorite was actually Senator Elizabeth Warren, and here's the story. At a private meeting with black corporate donors in October 2019, former President Barack Obama threw his support behind Senator Elizabeth Warren while showing tepid support for his former vice president, Joe Biden, according to an excerpt from the book, Lucky, How Joe Biden Barely Won the Presidency. Obama said he would support Warren if she won the nomination and reportedly stressed that he wanted Wall Street and corporate types to do the same. Everyone in this room needs to pull their weight, he said. Republicans, he continued, are winning cycle after cycle up and down the ballot because their donors care more than Democrats' donors. So that's Barack Obama on Elizabeth Warren, and not so much support for Joe Biden. But what was really interesting, a revelation that came out of this book, is Barack Obama's feelings on Mayor Pete Buttigieg. At the time, the crowded field of Democrat presidential candidates was narrowing to Warren, Biden, Kamala Harris, and South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Asked why Buttigieg couldn't win the nomination, Obama cited his youth and the fact that he is short and gay. Short and gay. You can't make this stuff up, folks. That's what Obama said. But you can't say that anymore, right? I mean, you can't say those kinds of things. He said that just a little over a year ago, but people are getting canceled for tweets and speeches and writings that they've made on Twitter and other places decades ago. But Obama makes that last year, so surely the cancel culture is going to come out and get Obama for calling someone short and gay, and that's why he wouldn't win the presidency, right? Well, obviously, it doesn't work that way, because the only thing bigger than the Democrats' use of racism and bigotry to attack conservatives is their embrace of hypocrisy when it happens to their own. They don't care. The only thing they care about is winning, power, and control. Obama said that. We'll see what the fallout, if any, is. I don't think we'll see it. Folks, that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and when you do, please hit that bell so you'll be notified, and we'll see you next time. I'm Bobby Eberle. This is the 13-Minute News Hour. Okay, friends, thanks so much for watching. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll be notified. And here's a special video just for you so you can watch even more of the 13-Minute News Hour. And don't forget to check out GOPUSA.com for the best in conservative news and commentary. We'll see you next time.